We have breaking news this evening. It's just been confirmed that we are set to make our third signing of this window, as we have reached an agreement in principle to sign AS Monaco centre-back in Axel Disasi. But to move on, my friends, we have even crazier stories, as we have some massive updates surrounding our efforts to sign Kylian Mbappe, and to end things, we discuss all the latest news around our imminent signing now in Ugochukwu. So my friends, tons of things to break down and discuss, and right now with how we're structuring this squad, I'm starting to feel like I might have to learn a few French bars for this season. I might have to drop a few omelette du fromage throughout this season, yeah? I might have to drop a few vavavoums. Okay, I'm going to stop with that right now. But my friends, obviously, it's always really exciting when deals like this come from absolutely nowhere. And I hope you guys, of course, enjoyed today's video. So hit that like button if you guys are excited and gassed by the news. But before we continue on, today's video is brought to you by OneFootball. As I keep religiously saying, download OneFootball to stay up to date to all things pre-season and all things transfer news, because this month in particular, I'm telling you guys, surprises are coming. So as you can see on screen, we're set to play Fulham now in under 2 hours time. Download OneFootball to stay up to date to all things pre-season for our games. And obviously in terms of the latest news, we have just struck a deal now to sign Axel Disasi. Really excited by this news, can't wait to discuss things. And if we search him on screen right now, we can get a brief understanding behind his game, his stats, and what to expect. If you guys want to get some brief highlight comps, you can find that on OneFootball as well too. And find your overviews here too, my friends. So as I keep saying, what are you guys waiting for? Download OneFootball to stay up to date to all things good during the summer window. You'll find a link below in the description and in the QR code on screen too. Let's start with things, and Ornstein dropped the bomb today. I wasn't expecting this whatsoever, but I'm kind of happy, and I'm going to explain why later on. Let's focus on the reports, because right now we have reached an agreement in principle to sign Axel Disasi for Monaco. We've agreed a €45 million fee, so that's around £38 million, and he is set to sign a 5-year contract plus a 1-year extension on top, which is typical business under this new regime, right? So obviously, who is he? 25 years old. He's won 3 caps for the French national team squad. He was part of their team at this recent World Cup. And I guess now that Monaco have signed Salisu from Southampton, that was essentially the catalyst now to push Disasi to signing for us. Now I kind of feel like this announcement now means a few things. I think number one, let's start with Wesley Fofana. I think it's quite clear now that he won't be playing any part for next season. And maybe in the long term, this is the best thing. Like, we can't forget this guy has a very long-term deal. And obviously, when you have injuries like this, there could be potential setbacks that you face on the road to recovery. So I think right now, if there's no pressure on him at all to come back as soon as possible, he has all the time in the world now to rehabilitate himself to like the best degrees. And I'm okay with this. And number two, I think this essentially spells the end now for Jalaba's career here. Obviously, if you're signing a squad defender to replace your existing squad defender, it's not really giving you too much hope for the future. We've known for a while that both guys like Gallagher and Trev, they've been seen as sellable assets and options. Of course, Pochettino likes working with them, but at the same time, he understands that, you know, there's a new direction with the owners and the transfer team here. And it's quite clear that they're looking to rebuild the entirety of the squad now in their image. So it is what it is. Some may argue, why are we signing a 4th choice defender when we could reinvest that 40 million into signing someone else? I mean, we're not looking to sign Caicedo for the value that Brighton want, and Caicedo is more of a key position compared to a defender, right? So I definitely understand that perspective, and I understand the club's perspective too. You know, at the highest level, you can't make everyone happy, but I just find it a tiny bit curious that we've essentially signed 3 French international defenders. Him, Badiashile, Fofana. I mean, all these men signed for us with the aspiration of, you know, being first choice national team defenders. It seems like one of their dreams, one of these guys, is about to end right now. But regardless, my friends, it's the second centre back we're now signing for Monaco. Who would have seen this coming? Of course, Lawrence Stewart and his influence, of course, is shining through right now. Before I move on to discussing other stories, let me just break down and explain this game to give you guys some context. Now, as you guys are seeing on screen, he's a bit of a percentile monster. I mean, not only is this guy very balanced in terms of his offensive attributes, you know, his shooting, his ball progression, and his defending as well too. he also has a bit of versatility in terms of positions he can play in. He was also playing as a right back for France too, and I kind of feel like with Pochettino as our manager, it's very important that we play out from the back very quickly. We're not looking to play sideways passes left, right and centre, just eating up time and killing minutes. We're trying to play through the opposition's first line of pressure just like that. Hence why we've invested so much money into signing exceptional ball-playing defenders that have those capabilities to push your team up the field. And in that sense, listen, I don't think that Disasi's as good as a passer as Badiashile. I think Badiashile and Koval are like pretty special in terms of their level. But in terms of an overall package, I get a lot of like comparisons and vibes with Akanji from Man City. Of course, good ball player, good 1v1 defender, just a very well-balanced type of guy. But let me focus more again on Disasi. I like 6'3", 6'4", the guy is a physical monster. And he's going to use that physicality to win his 1v1 duels, which he does at a very, very high level. He's a defender that likes to stick to his man. And in that sense, he's more of like a box defender compared to being like a wide defender in that sense. Because he can be like done by skill or flair or pace out wide. He's not the most like agile defender, of course. But in terms of that ability to kickstart defense into attack, I mean, this guy is exceptional. I think what helps in this regard is that he is a defender that is comfortable carrying the ball into midfield past the halfway line, and he completes a decent amount of carries per game. Now, in terms of aerial threat, he definitely has that. I would still probably say that maybe Badiashile and Koval could be better aerial defenders, but the fact that he still ranks really high alongside all the other attributes that make up his game, he's a very well-balanced defender. And for this price at 38 million, I can understand the business knowing the fact that we are selling Jalaba and we're building the team in our image now. So my friends, I'm going to wrap things up with this first story. Of course, share your thoughts and opinions. How do you feel about things? Are you happy with this move? Are you not? Let us know in the comment section. So right now, let's discuss another crazy story today. And we still have more killing Mbappe to discuss. For me, my friends, it's very simple. When a player like Kylian Mbappe is available on the market, you would be stupid to not make an effort to try and sign him. For someone like Mbappe, they'll be on the market maybe once or twice throughout their entirety of their careers, especially in their prime years, and you have to take advantage of that. So I like the fact that we have at least some ambitions to try and make a move. So before I give some more thoughts and opinions, let's break down this story first. Now, it comes from the Daily Record, which is a Scottish publication, and it does state that right now we are negotiating with Paris Saint-Germain and we're attempting to include players as part of this deal to try and find a way to see if we can sign Mbappe. Now, as we know, Mbappe has been transfer listed by Paris Saint-Germain. He has 1 year left on his deal. He's currently valued between 100 million to 150 million. And as we know, Al Hilal have made like a 300 million euro offer, which has already been accepted by Paris Saint-Germain. However, Mbappe is not entertaining things whatsoever, even though this guy could be earning like over $1 million plus per week, where he could earn like 400 million in a 1 year deal. It's absolutely mad, but I rate that Mbappe, of course, cares more about the legacy and the football compared to his finances. Now, the reports state that Paris Saint-Germain directors have held direct talks with Todd Boehly in London over the possibility of selling Mbappe to us. Now, there have been rumours circulating, especially from Paris Saint-Germain, suggesting that Mbappe has agreed a pre-agreement with Real Madrid, but it requires Mbappe to leave Paris Saint-Germain on a free. But if he does so, he could earn like 160 million as a signing on fee if he goes to Madrid on a free. So of course, Paris Saint-Germain aren't going to lose one of the best players in the world for absolutely nothing after the ridiculous amounts of money they've spent investing on Mbappe. And some rumours have been circulating that they'd be more than happy to sell Mbappe to any club other than Real Madrid. Ball is currently in Real Madrid's court. We know that they'll have to sell someone big if they hope to try and raise the funds to sign him, and it seems that Paris Saint-Germain are preparing for life after Mbappe, as they're the favourites now to sign Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona. Currently, Mbappe is not part of Paris Saint-Germain's Asia tour. Of course, he has been left out alongside other players, and I guess right now I'm going to give some thoughts and opinions. Now, this whole story is centering around the fact that we're hoping to offer players, and I think in terms of the bait ones that we all thought of, Lukaku and of course Hakim Ziyech, but also potentially Raheem Sterling. That's my suggestion, and I say this because if you were going to try and make a move for Mbappe, surely you want to include your highest earning players as part of that deal to get this deal over the line, right? Because Mbappe is going to cost a fortune, but for me, I think he's going to be worth it. It reminds me of one of the first quotes that came out from the new owners when they first bought us last year, where essentially they said that their grand ambition is to one day sign one of the premium global stars of the game, the Chelsea Football Club. Of course, this is why we've had those eternal links with Neymar, and now that this Mbappe opportunity is there on the market, Mbappe transfer listed right now, of course, we have to do everything in our power to see if we can make a move happen. When you sign global stars like this, not only is this going to be like a massive competitive boost for your team, but it's going to be an even bigger boost for your finances and the business of your club. I'm really curious to see what more developments we get from this story. Knowing the owners we have and how they do business, these guys are very creative, and if they have their heads set on signing someone, as we saw with Enzo Fernandez, we weren't completing deals like this under the old owners. They could have a means of a way to try and entice Mbappe. I'd like to think that, the French gang that we have at the club right now, your Nkunkus, Gustos, Badias, Fofanas, maybe Olises, and even more players, that could be a healthy environment to sell to Mbappe, where, listen, you're not going to be the drama and the BS at Paris Saint-Germain. Here, you can just focus on your football, have fun with your boys, and win things. I can't imagine the Premier League would be against us making a move for Mbappe. To have Mbappe and Haaland in the same league together, that's essentially carrying the mantle left by Messi and Ronaldo, and the Premier League hasn't had star power like that for a long ass time. So my friends, that is the latest news surrounding Kylian Mbappe. Of course, I don't feel like we're going to sign him. It's going to be next to impossible, but I am curious to see what the next reports are going to be about, because it seems like something is happening behind the scenes. So my friends, let's now end things by discussing our imminent new signing now in Ugochukwu from Rennes. And who would have thought that I'd be discussing this story right near the end? Now we have some more context and news to break down. Right now we've agreed to sign him for £23.5 million, which is a decent competitive fee, right? Obviously he's finalised his medical now in England already, and he is now set to travel to the US Preseason tour, where Pochettino and the staff can assess him first before the club decides whether to loan him out to Strasbourg or whether to keep him. In terms of the contract he signed, we have no official clarification, but normally for players this age, we're offering 6-year deals plus 1-year extensions, and I don't see things being any different. Now, as I said, we know that Pochettino is set to now monitor the player to see if he can use him for this season, but a part of me also feels like, how is Pochettino feeling? Because we've known now that he wants more experience in his team. He hasn't got certain targets he wants. For example, Manuel Ugarte. We specifically made a move for him because Pochettino told us to sign him, and we never got that deal over the line. Right now, we don't know whether we've given up on Casado or not, and with talks that we're more than happy to sell Gallagher, even though Pochettino has stated that he is more than happy to work with him because he likes him. It's hopefully we do right by Pochettino, because right now the prep has been a little bit slow. I'm not going to get too negative right now. I understand that with all the things we're doing behind the scenes in terms of selling, buying, sponsors, network clubs, all that stuff, it must be 24/7 and unrelenting at this football club. I'm going to be patient, and we are now signing players, so maybe we should all just remain a little bit calm. But at the same time, if Ugochukwu was to make the loan move to Strasbourg, that could also work out for us in the long run. Obviously last season he played equally first team minutes and sub minutes, and of course moving to high potential Strasbourg, where they've now just signed Patrick Vieira. The Patrick Vieira that worked alongside Conor Gallagher, did spectacular work with him, made him one of the best young midfield players that season in the Premier League, and French media say that you're the second coming of Vieira. That could be an incredible match made in heaven, where he's learning from one of the experts in his position. He's playing regular football week in, week out. And I feel like Vieira is someone we can definitely trust, because not only did we influence him to sign for Strasbourg, but he's worked with guys already to incredible effect. So my friends, we just wait now for his official announcement, and I'm expecting him to get some minutes now in our final preseason game against Dortmund. So yeah, this month is set to be absolutely crazy. Deals will come left, right and center, and I kind of feel like there's some more surprises on the horizon right now. So my friends, share your thoughts and opinions, hit that like button, and stay tuned for the match review, which will be coming out as you're watching this video maybe in the next half an hour, right? So my friends, I'm in the FC, this is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.